Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Sunday. It is the 17th of November 2024. Gonna look at the 8th race from the Big A, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's look at the 8th from Aqueduct, which is the Tepin Stakes. It's going for a purse of $135,000, race for 2-year-old fillies here. An oversubscribed field of 13 horses in this final turf race of 2024 are entered, but only 10 could go 1,600 meters or a mile on the inner turf course. Rails are at 18 feet. And like I said earlier, it's the final turf race of 2024 here, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a long time until our next turf race here. But let's go with the bang here. I'm gonna go with the 5-horse She's All Charm. I'm gonna go 5, 6, 8, 4 in the superfecta. 5, 6, 8, 4 super. Top selection 5-horse She's All She's All Charm. This 2-year-old filly by it more than ready. Ian Hardy trains one for Godolphin. Joel Rosario gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently, I can't speak, pardon me, and allowed race at Keeneland a mile on the 11th of October, where he won by 1 1/4 lengths, and he was coming from mid-pack. He sat back early, really had a great turn of foot. Frankie settled well with this horse. She quickened up nicely, and she got the job done going away. She wanted to route. That's what she did well, and she got the job done. She's a versatile type also. I think she could sit a little closer on this turf course, which I don't think should be half bad with the rails out. I think she could go a long way and get the job done here today. She ran 2 back at Kentucky Downs, 6.5 furlongs in the Untappable Stakes, where she finished 6 by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and she just never really got down the far hill well that day. She was just a little bit wide, and I don't think she liked the course that day, the quirkiness of the course. I think refreshing next start out to Keeneland, where it's a more level playing field. She really took off clear. That's one of my favorite things about playing Keeneland in the fall. The horses that don't handle Kentucky Downs in September, late August, I love betting them back at Keeneland, because they usually run these terrific races like this horse did. She jumped up 12 buyer points, or 8 buyer points. That was quite impressive there. But very good run. Very good run at Keeneland. Not so good run at Kentucky Downs. But on debut in mid-August at Ellis, going 5.5 on a main special weight, winning by a head on the front end. She really took off clear. That was a very strong run. She's training well in the Tepin Turfway. I think she could win here. I think the 6-horse Reigning Flower for John Ortiz and Johnny V could win also. This has some Bullet Walkers has recently. It's coming out of an allowance race at Keeneland on the 11th of October. The similar race that She's All Charm it was running into on the same card. It was basically a split race that day. But this horse won the other division, went by a nose that day, closing it from nowhere from a wide trip. She really took off clear. Prior to the PG Johnson Saratoga, she gained a lot of ground after a horrible beginning and a very bumpy trip, steady trip around the far turn. She just missed late, but for that third place finish by 3/4 length, I thought she showed potential. And then in her third start, finally she broke the main in the main special weight Saratoga, going 8.5 furlongs, winning by a length from a wide trip. She got there in the nick of time. Since Johnny's been on this horse, she's really improved a lot. Since going around 2 turns, she's really improved a lot. At 6-1, let's use her in the late pick 4. To recap my selections now for the 8th from Aqueduct, it is the Tepin Stakes. Going to take the 5-horse She's All Charm. Give kudos to the 6-horse Reigning Flowers. 5, 6, 8, 4 super. 5, 6 in the multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.